Let me explain why word of mouth marketing is something that only idiots say, and precisely those people are actually the ones who have the least word of mouth marketing, with only one caveat. If you're just starting in your marketing or in your business, I know it's really hard, and maybe you're saying word of mouth marketing, but it's because you're just starting to learn about it. For people who are starting, we have all kinds of empathy because everyone has started, everyone has been on day one before, everybody knows how confusing marketing is. Fine, but you've got to level up, because after 6 months or a year, you cannot say, how will you promote your business? Oh, word of mouth marketing, rah! Why does it not work? What's wrong with it? Well, it's that every business actually has word of mouth marketing. You don't have to say it, it exists. If you have a client, you give yourself a potential for that client to talk about you and bring in another client. Every business has this by default. So when you say word of mouth marketing, what you are really saying, I'm only doing default and not thinking anymore about any other marketing strategy, which is a travesty because today you have dozens. Search engine optimization, getting traffic from Google, social media, TikTok dances even, artificial intelligence. So the person who says word of mouth marketing, this is the analogy of that person. I want you, if this is you, be careful of, this is the picture. Imagine a coat rack in your house. When you come home, it's winter, you put on your coat. Most people put on your coat. If you say word of mouth marketing, you put on your coat and then you take off your brain also and you put your brain on the coat rack. And you say, I don't need that thing. Don't need the coat, don't need the brain. That's what word of mouth marketing, that's how it's interpreted by all the professionals, by all the marketers, by everybody who hears this, like, oh, that person don't know shit. And if you're starting, that's fine, totally understandable. If you're 6 months or a year into marketing and you're saying word of mouth, you've left your brain on the coat rack and is dusty, it's no use. You can resell it for max value. It's never been used, but that's a different story. Oh, and by the way, if you do say word of mouth marketing, probably your entire business really sucks too, because if you apply the same level of effort that you apply to your marketing to the rest of your business, many facets of your business, despite you thinking you're so amazing, probably your business sucks too. And you realize that equally little as you realize that you have no marketing strategy. You're just not bringing enough effort or mental focus to your business. So yeah, probably your entire business sucks too. Sorry. Today, you have to experiment with other marketing strategies so that if you experiment with social media, search engine optimization, AI, whatever, the million marketing strategies there are, you're actually going to get more clients and your word of mouth potential will increase because you'll have a bigger base of clients compared to that struggling business owner who still says, oh, word of mouth marketing, my one client that I randomly have is going to give me so much word of mouth marketing, but that would be a miracle, right? Most business owners who don't progress out of word of mouth marketing, their businesses die. Some of them luck out, and some of them have businesses that grow, not because of word of mouth marketing, despite that crappy entrepreneur who refuses to learn. This entrepreneur, if this is you, grow out of this, because here are the next warning signs. The person who leaves their brain on the coat rack is gonna run into scams, gray area and complete scams, because people are going to promise you, I'm going to grow your business for $5,000 a month on social media, right? The freelancers. Oh, here you go. Here's $5,000. As long as I don't have to take my brain off my coat rack, I'll pay you anything. Okay, here's all my money. Oh, no results. Amazing. No results. No $5,000. No business. Okay, that's that person. That person mostly does not grow. They outsource when it's too early to outsource. Outsourcing correctly is fantastic. Outsourcing without using your brain loses money. That's that person. Always falling for scams, always falling for overpromising, never actually learning and digging their nose into things, as opposed to most entrepreneurs don't have to become top marketers in the world. Of course, it's a plus, but you have to become good enough or dangerous enough so you can create a viable, good strategy. And even if you hire people, you know how to discern who's a good person, who's not, who's BSing you, who's not. You have to dig into it first and figure out what is you see, it can't be word of mouth. Every business is not word of mouth. You have to create a unique, customized marketing strategy that fits specifically for the kind of business you have, the perfect one. How do you get it? If you're starting out, it's really hard because you need experience. You can get coaches. I'm not saying hire me as a coach. You should get coaches who have been successful in your field, who know the marketing, who know how to grow beyond word of mouth. Because if they also say word of mouth, that's a red freaking flag. Yellow, at least yellow. They better have some other secondary strategies that are good. For some cases, rare cases, word of mouth may be fine, maybe the optimal one, but it's rare. Most companies that you see out there, successful companies, they are not word of mouth. They have some sophisticated, or at least semi-sophisticated, because it's not really rocket science. They have some semi-sophisticated marketing strategies that get them growth. And that growth, of course, if you have a base of 1,000 clients, yeah, you're going to get word of mouth. 5 of them or 10 of them are going to recommend your business. If you're smart and you incentivize, give discounts, other incentives, then instead of 5 people who are going to promote your businesses in word of mouth, maybe it would be 50. Okay, now you're cooking. But that 50 came from that 1,000, which was gotten by the sophisticated or semi-sophisticated marketing strategies. Now, also, if you don't say word of mouth marketing and you feel like you're safe, let me give you another phrase that the same ilk of person who says word of mouth marketing also says. If you say something like, I'm going to promote my business on Twitter, now X, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitter, Instagram ads, or business cards or something. Like 10 or 15 years ago, people used to say business cards and flyers. Maybe it's a little dead now because everything's more digital, but that. Twitter, Instagram, or even worse if you say, well, I hate Twitter now, but for no reason other than you don't like the owner, but it's the marketing. We don't care about the owner. If you're that person, it also shows that you don't actually have a marketing strategy. You're just repeating stuff. I can tell you, how do you promote this widget? Twitter, Instagram, business cards. How do you promote an ice cream store? Twitter, Instagram, flyers, business cards. How do you promote a B2B business? Twitter, Instagram, right? It's the same shit. So don't be that person. You always have to create a customized, unique marketing strategy that fits whatever your business is. If you don't know what that is, you need to go out there. Today is so easy. Even if you have no access to anybody and you live like with the Eskimos, you probably still have access to ChatGPT. Just freaking ask it, what is actually the right marketing strategy for me? And it will blow your mind because you'll be like, I can still leave my brain on my quote rack. Thanks, ChatGPT. But anyway, don't say word of mouth marketing. Move beyond that. Your future self will appreciate you.